meteorologist Don Guthrie with a Fox Youngstown forecast.
Well, a very interesting weather scenario setting up for tomorrow night into Sunday morning, and the big question is how much snow do we get? Where you see these showers right here, that's right along a cold front that is ushering in colder air right now. But the next slug of precipitation for us will be liquid, and it's already bearing down on St. Louis, Memphis, western Tennessee, and that will head up our way a little bit later on tonight, and probably won't even start raining here till anytime after 9 tomorrow morning, and maybe even before noon. Future radar and temperatures too have it moving in here right around 11 o'clock. But after that, it's all rain till we get into the afternoon hours. Here's the question though, for how much snow do we get? You'll also notice by 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's already maybe changing to some snow up along the lakefront, because that's where the coldest air is. Now, the position of that low as it crosses Tennessee, Kentucky, if it stays further off to the south, that area of cold air will be closer to us, and that means we get snow. The changeover from rain to snow happens earlier in the afternoon tomorrow as opposed to tomorrow night. The main thing you want to remember is make sure you check with Ryan Halicki tomorrow night at 6. He'll have the details on exactly how much snow do we get, because some of the models are kind of all over the place. Okay, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then the snow starts to come a little bit further off to the south as the rain exits to the east, and then by the time we get to 9 Saturday night, it's all snow, and wherever you see some of those darker shades of blue, that's a good possibility of some heavier snow. But keep in mind how much snow we get not only is dependent on the center of low pressure, but is also dependent on the temperatures, of course, when the snow begins. The longer it stays warmer into the afternoon or early evening hours, the less snow we end up by getting. Then by 1 o'clock late tomorrow night or into Sunday morning, things begin to dry out, according to future radar. Nothing happens again then till maybe the early morning hours of Sunday, when there's a few showers left, snow showers left over, and then we get back to some sunshine by Sunday afternoon. Nonetheless, here's what happened or is happening right now, is that surge of colder air is gradually heading this direction. 41 in Cortland, 39 Mesopotamia, and it's still in the 40s here in Mahoning County down through Columbiana County as well. And that colder air will push our temps down to the low 30s, maybe around 30 by daybreak. Officially today, 58 and 41 up at the airport, well above normal on both the high and the low, and 39 now at the airport, dew point 36, humidity at 87%. Here at the station, we're still at 41. So mostly cloudy for the rest of the overnight period, 30 or the low 30s by daybreak. Might get a couple of holes in the clouds that allow us to cool back to 30, otherwise maybe 32, 33 by daybreak. Tomorrow, 44, rain likely and windy, and then comes the question as to when that colder air drops the temperatures tomorrow afternoon, when does the changeover from rain to snow happen? Rain changes to snow tomorrow night, maybe into the early afternoon hours, in which case the totals of snow by Sunday morning could be greater. Right now it looks like 1 to 3 inches of possibility by daybreak Sunday, and it stays windy Saturday night into Sunday as well. Pretty good looking day Sunday. Once we get rid of the early morning snow showers and the clouds also, we get back to some decent sunshine, and 40 for a high on Sunday. Monday looks good. Big warm up on the way. Mid-50s Monday, low 60s Tuesday, and mid-50s on Wednesday, with a lot of clouds around. And for now, Thursday, Friday, looking like a chance of some rain for both of those days, and temps in the 50s. Don't forget to check with Ryan Halicki tomorrow night on First News at 6 on Channel 27. For now, back to Dave and more First News on Fox.
One of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives has been arrested in Nicaragua. Juan Garcia turned himself in yesterday near the U.S. Embassy. The 21-year-old is an alleged gang member. Prosecutors believe he lured his 19-year-old girlfriend and her 2-year-old son into the woods of New York 4 years ago, where 2 other gang members shot them to death. It's been 3 weeks now since Flight 370 disappeared, and as I told you last night, the search shifted 700 miles closer to Australia, and an area the size of Virginia is being checked. 10 planes went to the new search spot today, and by the end of the day, 5 of the planes came back and reported seeing debris. Nothing's been recovered yet. That won't happen until tomorrow
because
at
of
the
ocean
earliest.
drift.
The official death toll from last week's mudslide in Washington state is expected to jump very soon. So far, 17 people are confirmed dead. 9 other bodies have been recovered but are not yet part of the count. Today's wind and rain have been a major challenge for search teams already facing waist-deep mud in places. 90 people remain missing among the debris. Jay Paterno has dropped out of the race for Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor. The son of former Penn State coach Joe Paterno had some problems with his nominating petitions. He decided trying to fight those challenges would be a long process and even distract from the campaign. He was one of 6 candidates in the Democratic race. Today, U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder announced the government will recognize nearly 300 same-sex marriages performed last week in Michigan. An appeals court halted the ceremonies, and the governor said the state won't honor the unions while the issue is hashed out in court. They will also be denied state benefits. However, they will qualify for federal benefits. Last month, Eric Holder encouraged state attorneys general not to defend laws that ban same-sex marriage if they believe it's unconstitutional. In Trumbull County this morning, a semi caused a traffic problem in Masury. The driver was coming down a ramp to get onto Route 82, flipped over. The truck was carrying scrap metal. There was a minor fuel leak, but nothing serious. Now, when it comes to road rage, every driver has a story. How many times have you been flipped off by another driver? Well, one man's road rage became instant karma on a Florida highway this week, and it was all caught on video. Jeannie Most takes us along for the ride.
This is a tale about tailgating and karma. A Florida woman used her phone to record a guy in a pickup tailgating her. She was in the fast lane of U.S. Highway 41, doing a little over 55 in a 50-mile-per-hour zone. Finally, he cut into the right lane. Sped by, then he dropped back and pulled alongside, giving her a prolonged middle finger salute. But maybe he should have kept his hands and all of his fingers on the wheel, because when he cut in front of her,
that's what you get! All on video, buddy!
the laughing lady pulled over and called 911. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office confirmed there was a single-car crash with no injuries. The Florida Highway Patrol tells CNN that the driver of the pickup, 33-year-old Jeffrey White, fled the scene and was later arrested at his Tampa home based on information gained from the woman's video. White was charged with leaving the scene of a traffic crash, careless driving, and failing to wear a seatbelt. The video caused road rage in the comments sections of websites posting it. "Stay out of the left lane, you Prius-driving sissy. Get out of the way." Number 1, we don't think it was a Prius, and number 2, she says she was getting ready to make a left turn. Still, he's speeding and you're playing with your phone to film him doing it. You are both in the wrong. Someone even turned the video into a silent picture, calling her fast lane driving atrocious. The woman has now disabled comments below her video because so many were rude and even included death threats. We couldn't get hold of either driver to comment on the road rage incident, but the woman wasn't ticketed. You know what she could have used? Some road rage cards. Actually, maybe he could have used some too. Each phrase comes in reverse, so you can insult someone looking at you in their rearview mirror. See how they can diffuse road rage? As for the karma angle of the crash, one poster noted how the crunch was so satisfying. Not as satisfying as that laugh. Jeannie Most, CNN.
That's what you get!
New York.
On video, buddy!
Be careful if you're driving. Somebody's always watching. Well, a large crowd in Youngstown gathered to celebrate a birthday, a person's 28th birthday, but no one had a smile on their face. That story is next. Looking at lottery numbers, 2 win for the first time ever, 2072 in Ohio, and Pennsylvanians, they're seeing clearly as 2020 gets its first jackpot.
You're watching the Valley's only local 10 p.m. news. First News on Fox in high definition.
Veterans across the valley used today to bring attention to the only POW from the war against terror. But they're also raising awareness to another growing problem. First News reporter Nadine Grimley has the story.
Bring Bo home alive now.
It's Sergeant Bo Bergdahl's 28th birthday, and in his honor, folks across the nation and the valley are gathering with a message for Washington: bring Bo back. Bergdahl was captured on June 30th of 2009. Officials believe he's still alive and being held by the Taliban in Pakistan.
Our mission is to try to get Bo home. This is unacceptable. It's going on 5 years, and there's no reason why Bo shouldn't be home or we should make an attempt to get him home.
That's why veterans gathered in Youngstown for an unhappy birthday rally. They hope it brings attention to not only Bergdahl, but all the POWs and MIAs out there.
It's a soldier's creed, is to leave no soldier left behind, and that's what we're attempting to do here today, to make people aware of it.
And leaving no man behind applies to those coming home. This year alone, 1,892 service members and veterans have taken their own lives.
It's tragedy. The latest statistics I've seen is 22 men a day. Coming back, you don't really seek it out. You know, you're seen as weak, but, you know, guys need help, and hands are being extended to them in this valley, and it's a blessing.
Durr says that there are resources out there to help folks in Mahoning County, including the Veterans Treatment Court that helps those suffering from PTSD get to the VA where they can receive help. In Youngstown, I'm Nadine Grimley, First News on Fox.
Plenty of action and highlights tonight in sports. The Cavaliers try for a fourth straight win against the Nets, which have won 12 in a row at home. Plus, the Steelers add a running back to help Le'Veon Bell. And one Ohio State basketball standout is leaving the Buckeyes for the NBA. You'll get the details on these stories in the Fox Sports Extra, which starts 10:50.
You're watching the Valley's only local 10 p.m. news. First News on Fox in high definition.
Ohio State's song is called Beautiful Ohio. To many Ohioans, Hang On Sloopy is their choice. It's been the state's official rock song since 1985. Ohio needs an official country song, and a Lisbon songwriter thinks he has the perfect tune. Ryan Halicki has heard the melody and draws on his days playing saxophone now to conduct our coverage.
Well, yeah, I do miss those days, Dave. I'm a music lover at heart. I love pretty much all genres of music, and today I had the chance to catch up with Lisbon native and country rock artist Zach Paxson. Now, he was also with State Rep Nick Barbarak this afternoon, and I asked them where the process stands in making Paxson's song Ohio's official country song. Now, Paxson has a song called Ohio, and Barbarak heard the song, he loved it, so he proposed a bill to make it Ohio's official country song. When State Representative Nick Barbarak heard Lisbon native and country rock singer Zach Paxson perform his song Ohio, he felt the song needed to boot scoot right into the Ohio Revised Code.
I thought it was fitting when you hear the song and when you see the reaction of the fans. It truly represents Ohio.
Barbarak proposed House Bill 330, which would make Paxson's song Ohio the state's official country music song. Paxson wrote it after going to a Buckeyes football game in Austin, Texas, and he was blown away by the dedication of the Buckeye Nation fans.
That was the first time I'd ever been away from Ohio and felt like this sense of Ohio pride, that far away from home.
Paxson has performed the song all over Ohio, including at the State House.
It's a dream come true to have that be proposed the state's official country song.
So give me a cold one at the end of the day, and the W for the scarlet and gray. This still is the greatest place I've ever known. Ohio.
The song is about Ohio. It's for Ohioans. I wrote it for Ohioans to show that this is a good place. This is a good place to be. This can be a great place to call home.
House Bill 330 hasn't been voted on yet, and even if his song doesn't make its way into the books, Paxson plans to continue doing what he loves.
It's something that I will do for the rest of my life, regardless if anybody ever heard him or not. I will always be writing songs.
You can find Paxson's music in the iTunes store or by visiting his website. Now, Dave Paxson tells me he is in the process of working on his third album. This time, it's with a music producer in Georgia, Rick Beato. And Beato has worked with the likes of Shinedown, Fish, Creed, and the country group Parmalee. And that country group actually just had a #1 song recently. And he's excited to work with him. He expects his third album to be out later this year. And he also may be able to call one of his own songs the official country song of Ohio. Dave?
Catchy tune, good luck, but I'd love to hear Rascal Flatts' reaction to this because they went to school, obviously, in Columbus.
Yeah, true.
They'd like
to be
to
a battle.
Yeah, that could be. All right, Ryan, thanks. Well, the Mahoning County Career and Technical Center holds a 2-day event to help attract high school students to the manufacturing industry. Students got a chance to learn about the many different careers in this growing industry. MCCTC and the Ohio Pathways to Competitiveness Project organized the event, showing students the future of manufacturing and another potential career option. The students participated in hands-on manufacturing projects and heard from experts.
It's all about innovation nowadays. It's all about working smarter, and that they can make a very good living in the 5-county region having a job in manufacturing.
More than 650 students from 13 schools across Mahoning County currently attend MCCTC. YSU's Williamson College of Business Administration held its spring internship program today. More than 100 students met with 25 companies, from accounting and marketing firms to finance and business administration employers. Roughly 43% of Williamson College grads completed an internship through the school's professional practice program. The internship advisor says many times that leads to jobs, and it keeps students competitive with their peers.
Right now, between Akron and Kent State and YSU, since there's so many opportunities, the employers have a good pool of students. So we want to make sure our students have every opportunity.
And YSU's Business College will host another internship program in the fall. Engineering students at YSU taking part in a competition that will get them ready for a career in construction. The students were put on teams and given a project by the Home Builders Association. They had 6 weeks to go over the specifications and then prepare a bid for the project. Now, the bid needs to include material and labor costs, as well as how long it would take to complete. The competition gives the students a real-life experience in testing their skills.
Here, this is actual hands-on training. It's an actual project that was built. So they have the actual drawings from that project, they have the actual specifications from that project, and they're able to go through the process of performing an actual bid takeoff.
This is the 6th year for the competition, and it's helped students in the past land jobs with local contractors. Trumbull County Commissioners honoring 2 Niles officials for establishing a transit system. Mayor Ralph Infant and Development Coordinator Mark Hess created and operated a transit system in the city. Then they transitioned it to the Trumbull County Transit System. Commissioners presented a resolution this morning to recognize that work.
When the mayor thought this back in 2003, you know, he approached it as a county system from the beginning, and so and we've had a lot of tremendous partners.
By the way, Hess has been a technical advisor to the county since the transition. He'll step down on Monday. He says the transfer has taken up a lot of his time, and he still works full-time for the City of Niles. Organizations around the valley met this evening to try and bring the community closer together. It is called Lifeline to Healing Northeastern Ohio Boot Camp. Several different organizations participated. The goal to create new opportunities by addressing violence. One of the speakers says that community organizing trains people to build and exercise their own power to address individual areas' root problems.
With the incarceration rate, what it is, with the economics, what it is, you know, we really need to be educated. And this opportunity that we have here is to bring people here to talk about these issues, to brief them on the issues, and to figure out how they can be moved into action around them.
Damian Calvert spent 19 years in prison and shared his story to the crowd this evening. Weather-wise, it's going to be important to stay on top of things. Here's Don with a preview to tell you why.
Well, for openers right off the bat for tomorrow, even before noon, we're going to see some of this rain that's already headed this direction. Once the rain gets here, then it turns to snow later in the day, and it depends on the track of the low as to how much snow we end up getting by tomorrow night in the Sunday morning. And of course, at 6 tomorrow night, you want to check in with Ryan Halicki about that. We're going to be right around freezing by daybreak and around 40 by midday. Rain may even be ongoing at that place in time, and then low 40s to mid 40s for a high by tomorrow afternoon. And of course, by that time, rain and possibly even becoming mixed with a little bit of snow by late tomorrow afternoon. You want to get the weather on your phone? Here's what to do. First News on Fox with Dave. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Valley's only local 10 p.m. news. First News on Fox in high definition.
Miley Cyrus will be the subject of a college course, and Stephen Colbert is criticized for racial insensitivity. Adam Housley has more in tonight's Hollywood Nation.
Alec Baldwin may have retired from public life, but that's not keeping him from working. The actor has signed on to exec produce a documentary about openly gay former Congressman Barney Frank, to premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival in April. Students attending New York's Skidmore College this summer will be twerking hard for course credits. The school announced it's adding the sociology of Miley Cyrus, race, class, gender, and media to its list of classes. Sorry, kids, Miley's signature move isn't on the syllabus.
Introducing the Ching Chong Ding Dong Foundation for Sensitivity to Orientals or whatever.
Will Comedy Central cancel Colbert? After igniting outrage over an insensitive Twitter post, angry tweeters are calling for the Colbert Report to be taken off the air. The show's host, Stephen Colbert, is claiming he didn't write the post. It has since been removed from the show's page.
We both have good things going on right now.
And the trailer for the comedy flick Let's Be Cops, starring New Girl's Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr., debuted this week. Walking the carpet at CinemaCon in Las Vegas, the actors said their sitcom co-stars couldn't be happier about their success.
Our trailer just came out, and they all tweeted it out, and they've all been really supportive, so we're happy to have the New Girl family behind us.
Oh, that's how it's sweet.
In Hollywood, Adam Housley, Fox News.
Mylan Parich is here to talk about the latest Jason Bateman film. He also directs this.
Right, his debut.
Okay, it's called Bad Words. Do you have good words for it?
I have benign words for it. It desperately wants to be Bad Santa, but it's a little softer at the core than that film was, and it not as full throttle nasty. But you know what, at 88 minutes, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it proves that brevity is the soul of wit.
All right, so what's it about?
It's about a 40-year-old proofreader, played by Bateman, who's a bit of a genius, a closet genius, who through some loophole, in other words, he didn't graduate from the 8th grade. He's eligible to compete in spelling bees. And this rankles not only the spelling bee officials, but also the parents of all of the competitors.
Right.
And we follow him on the bee circuit leading up to the national championship.
And it's entertaining.
It's fun. I had a good time at it. You know, the screenplay was on the blacklist for quite a few years. The blacklist is this thing out in Hollywood where they put superior unproduced screenplays. And I'm not quite sure if it deserved that necessarily, but it's a fun movie, and it's got some really choice supporting performances as well. Allison Janney, Catherine Hahn, and Bateman, who usually plays a nice guy, is fun playing a not-so-nice guy this time.
Okay. Very good. And you want to give it the grade?
I'm giving it a B, a benevolent B.
All right. We want to remind people what else is playing at the box office right now. We've got Divergent, Muppets Most Wanted, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and 300 Rise of an Empire, as well as Need for Speed. And new on DVD, Delivery Man, Walking with Dinosaurs, and The Wolf of Wall Street. And next week, we're talking about Captain America. A lot of people expecting a lot from that movie.
It's getting great buzz, but at 2 hours and 16 minutes, I have a feeling this is a film that may overstay its welcome.
Well, we'll find out next week. And of course, you can watch Mylan's movie reviews anytime online, WKBN.com.
meteorologist Don Guthrie with a Fox Youngstown forecast.
Well, the next weather maker for us already bringing some rain up into western Tennessee, southern Illinois. That's going to take aim on us a little bit later tonight into tomorrow morning. And there's a good chance that that rain could be over top of us, but even before noon tomorrow. And the temps are already on the way down into the upper 30s in some spots, 38, Mesopotamia 39 in Cortland, but still in the 40s, a little bit further off to the south. We did 58 and 41 officially up at the airport today, 39 up there right now, humidity at 87%. Rest of tonight, mostly cloudy, right around the freezing mark by daybreak. Low to mid-40s tomorrow. Rain likely, wind picks up as well. And then the rain changes to some snow tomorrow night, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. Could be higher depending on the path of the low, as is usually the case. So you make sure you check in with Ryan Halicki tomorrow night at 6 on 27 First News. 27 also the low by Saturday night into Sunday morning. Leftover flurries or snow showers, otherwise back to some sunshine, but a high only around 40 degrees on Sunday. Warm up on the way as we head into the new work week, 55 Monday, 62 Tuesday, and mid-50s Wednesday. Another chance for some rain by Thursday and Friday of next week.